Okay, so I know this is different from what I normally post, but I decided I wanted to make this video so that I can get this off my chest and share my experience with the airport so that nobody has to go through what I did. And after this, I'll probably be back to making my regular content. So just keep that in mind. But with that out of the way, in case you didn't know, I just got back from vacation. I was in Japan for 2 weeks, and I decided to just use that time to relax, do whatever I wanted to right before the year ends, so that way I can just enjoy a last bit of moment before I do a lot of work for the next rest of the year. But anyway, I was gone for 2 weeks, and I was scheduled to come back on the 24th of December, so Christmas Eve. Now, my whole experience with this, it felt like I was living a Hallmark movie. Like, I don't know how to preface this, but I'll go through it like play by play of what happened that day and like the whole 2 days that I was traveling. So when I was in my hotel on the night before I was supposed to leave back home for Texas, I decided, you know what, I'll just stay up for the rest of the night just so I can beat the jet lag and I can sleep on the plane. That way when I wake up, it'll be the morning of the next day. That way jet lag won't hit as bad. So it was really nice, except when I got on the train, it was rush hour. So I had to deal with all the people in the train just crammed into the trains like sardines. So I had 2 giant bags, 50 pounds each, and additionally with my carry-on and my personal item that I decided to take with me. So that was a whole ordeal. And once I got to the airport, I had like an hour to spare, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, everything was going great so far. And when I get on my flight, I have a whole row to myself, which is even better for an international flight. So everything was going great so far. And once I landed in Dallas. And I didn't know any of the stuff that was happening at that time when I got there. So I kind of just kept it business as usual. And when I got there, I saw that my flight was delayed. So I figured, okay, you know what? It might not be a big deal. I can just take the time, get to my terminal, don't have to rush or anything. It'll be fine. So I get to my terminal and flight's delayed for about an hour or so I get some breakfast. About 30 minutes later, when we're about to be boarding, I get a text saying the flight's been delayed again. So I thought this is a bit worrisome because I don't know what's going to happen here in the future. And then 30 minutes later again go by and my flight gets delayed again. So needless to say, I was already worried because I don't know what the heck was going to happen. I wanted to get home Christmas Eve at night so I can go spend some time with my family after being gone for so long. And I decided to change to a different flight. Try and get there as fast as I can. So I pick a different flight. After like all the delays, I just get a free flight change, no charge necessary. So I go there. And then it was saying it was on time, so I wasn't too worried. And then that was the worst mistake of my life because I got delayed 5 times on that flight. And it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever had to experience going through that. I just was so tired. I didn't really get to sleep that much on the plane because I guess I'm not really good when it comes to sleeping on planes. But I was just so tired. And apparently at Dallas, they had a bit of a Microsoft issue, which is really stupid. I don't see how everything could just go wrong at one certain day. There was the Microsoft issue, there was the weather issue, and at the same time, there was a staff issue at that point because I know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, I know that people want to be with their families during that time, and traveling is the worst at that time. So that's kind of on me. But at the same time, they couldn't have picked a worse thing to do at that moment in time, because I understand that there were delays and sometimes the crew was just falling behind. And it's not the crew's fault, it's everything else that happened that day. But I get to the last flight of the night. It was around 8 o'clock, I would say, or 7 o'clock. And they actually got us onto the plane. And we were just waiting for the co-pilot, who never showed. So when we were all on the plane, ready to go, we get a notification saying that our flight was canceled. And by God, were we pissed. We were so mad. I was mad beyond belief, because I knew that at that point I was not going to get home for Christmas Eve parties and dinner or anything like that. So I didn't know what to do at that point. So I decided to just try and go through American Airlines' customer service desk. And that was even a bigger mistake, because when I got there, the line was pretty much a mile long, and to get to the front of the line would take at least 3.5 to 4 hours, which was ridiculous, because I decided, you know what, I'm in Dallas, I can make the drive back, because I live in San Antonio, so it was about a 4 or 5 hour drive from Dallas coming back. But the only thing was, I wasn't sure what was going to happen with my bags, so I tracked my bags. Apparently they were already in San Antonio, so I wasted a good 2.5 hours in line waiting to find out what was going to happen with my bags before deciding I was just going to drive back. So it was a horrible situation. I decided to just call American Airlines to try and get a refund, and I haven't heard back. It's been about 2 or 3 days now, so I'm still waiting to hear from them. But after that, when I was like halfway through the line, I just decided to get a rental car and just drive the rest of the way back, even though I was already very sleep deprived. I hadn't eaten that day because I was just waiting to get, on a plane back so I can go have dinner. But I left the airport at 11 at night, and I didn't get back home till around 4:45 in the morning of Christmas, because I wanted to be home to give my niece and nephew their gifts. So it was just the worst experience I would ever say that happened to me. And I would honestly say, if you're kind of like in my situation where you're in a certain spot, but you have to make a connection flight that's just like an hour or two away, and you're going to get delays like crazy, I would just get a rental car at that point, just ask for a refund and just grab your bags and go. Because it is not worth it to deal with what the hell was going on over there. It was just the worst, I swear to God. But the trip was fun. Japan was awesome. Definitely going back. I'm not going back during the Christmas time, so I will never ever travel during the Christmas time ever again, and I would highly recommend you don't. So just don't take any vacations around that time. Go when there's not going to be that much travel, now that I know, and hopefully you all can just take my warning. If you see a bunch of delays that are happening, just don't do it. It's so much more worth it just to take your chances and leave, rather than just stay in one spot forever waiting for your flight to be boarded, just to find out it's going to get delayed like 7 times. And who knows, like at sometimes, like, you may not even get refunded if it's not like the airline's fault. If it's like a weather issue, then you probably won't get refunded, because I know there was a weather issue in Dallas when I was traveling back. So I'm waiting to see if I'll get a refund, but I'm not holding my breath right now because I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen. So yeah, this was just a video just about me telling you about my experience going through this Dallas-Fort Worth situation that's been going on right now. But Yeah, it's definitely something I do not want to go through again, and I hope that no one ever has to go through again. But yeah, this is just my 2 cents on it. Um, after this, I'll definitely be making my normal videos again. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm still kind of jet lagged and sleep deprived, so I'm trying to just get that situated, and then I'll be back to my normal stuff. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed hearing me rant. And if you want to see a video about all the stuff that I got from Japan, and I can just give you my experience on that, I'll be sure to do that. But just let me know. Leave a like and comment in the description, maybe about some other experience that you may have had in the past pertaining to this. But yeah, other than that though, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. See ya.